Hello, my name is Steve McQuarrie. I'm a technical marketing engineer with the UCS business unit at Cisco. This is a C-Series video quick tip on standalone single wire management using classical Ethernet and a C-Series server. So the first thing we need to do is open up our SIMC and enter our username and password. And then when we log in, we'll see that currently our IP address here for our SIMC and the MAC address we're using. And we'll navigate over to the Admin tab and then go down to the network to look at our SIMC setup. And we'll see that our current SIMC mode is what we call shared WAM, and it's active, and this MAC address matches the one earlier. We are using DHCP here. So now we're going to take a look at the management switch that the SIMC is connected to. And we're going to find the MAC address of our SIMC by looking at the CAM table or the MAC address table in this switch. And as we go down through here and we look, we find that our MAC address is in gig 015. So this is the MAC address that matches what we were looking at earlier. Now, we are going to go over here to the server tab and take a look at the inventory. And we want to look at the Cisco VIC card. So in this version, it's network adapters. In a newer version, it's going to be Cisco VIC. And we see that Cisco SIMC management is not enabled. And we want to verify that we have the right connection here. So we're going to go to our two switches that we're connected to. So this is our 5548A. We're going to look for a show interface status. I'm going to grep on a description that I gave this particular interface. I configured the network. So I see that's interface Ethernet 100.129. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to shut that down. And then when we go over here and look at our SIMC, do a refresh on here, we should see that the link ID 0 goes down, and in fact it does. So now we're going to go over to switch B and basically do the same thing. We're going to go in here and we're going to show the interface status and grep again for the description that was placed on the interface. And we see that's also 100.129. So we're going to go in and shut that one down as well. Then when we take a look on our adapter here, do a refresh, and we see that both of these links are down. So we do have the right connections on our switch here. So now I want to take a look at the actual configuration. So we'll do a show run on 100.129. And we see that this is a switch port trunk, native VLAN 10. And we'll take a look at switch B. We'll turn this back on first. Now we'll take a look at switch B. And we should see basically the exact same configuration. And we do in fact. So we'll also enable this interface with a no shut. Go back to the SIMC and refresh the status here. And we see that both of the links are back up. So now we're going to go over to the Admin tab. And we're going to change our network connection, our network settings from shared WAM to Cisco card. So now we're going to use the SIMC, the Cisco card using the SIMC management. And it's going to tell us that basically we're making a change. It's going to reset, so we're going to lose our connection here. So we were on 10.29.147 network, which is VLAN 1 on my management switch. So now, because the native VLAN was 10 on those interfaces, we should get something off the 10 network. So that's 172.16.110. We're going to take a look at our address leases, and we see that 172.16.110.30 is leased. So we'll go ahead and put that into our SIMC. And it should open our connection back to our page. So we see now we have a connection to our C22 here. Put in our username and password. And we're connected back into our SIMC through the VIC 1225 or the Cisco VIC. If we'd have looked at the PID, the serial number, it would have matched. We didn't note that before. So we'll go over and look at network adapters again. And now we'll note that SIMC management is enabled for this particular server. And we'll go over to the Admin tab and we'll take a look at the network configuration. We'll see that our NIC mode is Cisco card and that our MAC address is now a different one. This is the MAC address for the SIMC. We see DHCP enabled, and we've got the address of 172.16.110.30. So we'll verify by looking at the MAC address table on these two interfaces and see that we do in fact have the same MAC address that's related to our SIMC here. And it should show up on both switches because we are in an active-active mode. And in fact it is on both switches. And it's in VLAN 10 because that's the native VLAN. So that may not be what we want to do. In a lot of cases, we may actually want to do something different to the server. So we're going to enable a VLAN ID here, and we're going to make this VLAN 10. So remember, we were trunking down to this port. Now that we've done that, we're going to lose our connection for a minute. So I'm going to change the native VLAN on these interfaces to VLAN 1, which now means that VLAN 10 will be tagged as it comes in. So we'll do that on switch A, and then do it on switch B as well. So now, if we haven't timed out too much, there we've got our connection back, and we see that we still have connectivity to our server. This is useful in a situation where you may not be trunking down to the actual card. So this is C-Series standalone single wire management. If you want additional resources, you can see some here. Feel free to follow me on my Twitter account. Thank you very much.